little bit more on love and finances. Kevin Klug, he's with Secure Retirement Solutions. All right, everybody fights about this. Why is money such a stressful factor in a relationship?
Well, I work with couples every day, and for better or for worse, when you get married, you take on that partner's financial history, which often includes debt. So if you have college loans and you paid for your wedding rings and honeymoon, you might start off marriage $100,000 in debt.
Doesn't that just seem overwhelming?
Yeah, and it doesn't even include a mortgage. So now you factor in your different history and financial, habits that you have. It can be complicated.
I mean, it just seems so overwhelming when you think about it. But you have some really good strategies for us.
Yeah,
Tell us about those.
The first tip would be to be on the same page conversation. So what you want to do is you want to talk about your financial expectations, budget, savings, even retirement. And it simply starts with maybe a compatibility quiz. You can go online, check out.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you're not doing it for right or wrong answers. It's going to help you discover where you need help, what you need to work on, and open up the lines of communication.
Because it's a hard conversation to just, open up with, how much money do you have in debt? How much do I have? And then I like this one too, the money to-do list. Is that like a budget, would you say?
Yeah, you both want to share in the responsibilities, but don't just simply cut it down the middle and say, well, you do this or that.
Yeah.
You want to share in it, be on the same page. Maybe one's going to pay bills, one's going to, create the budget. So it's important to share in responsibilities. In my life, I'm in the business, so I do a lot of it, but my wife's involved. She understands what's going on.
Absolutely. And then I really, really like this one, spending limits, because everybody wants to have a little bit of cash to do what they want to do.
Yeah, you have to control your spending. A recent study, there were one-third of baby boomers and about half of millennials were polled, and it said that, what would be that amount that you could spend without checking in with your spouse? And on average, it was $154.
Oh.
Yeah. Whether I know.
I think I would notice $154.
But whether that's too high or low, the purpose of having that conversation is to open it up and set a limit so that you're on the same page again.
And there are no surprises, absolutely.
No.
And then this one is so important too, just setting aside money in case something happens, that reality.
Yeah, you want to really be realistic about your money ideas. You want to be able to, be prepared for emergencies. It's not fun. At times there's going to be emergencies, health, vehicles, a furnace breaks down.
Yep.
So you be prepared, and I always recommend my clients set up about 3 to 6 months worth of income on the side.
Right.
That way when the emergency does happen, you don't have to put it on a credit card.
Yes.
Also important, Cassandra, to have a budget.
Yep.
Have a budget, stick to it, but reward yourself. So if you're living within your means, or below your means and saving and doing everything right, have a date night. Go on a trip maybe to Door County. Budget for it, but reward yourself.
That is such a good idea. And it makes you just feel good too.
It does, yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for being with us, Kevin. For more information and tips about money and marriage, visit our website and click on this story. Well, very few couples reach a platinum anniversary. That is 70 years of marriage. On this Valentine's Day, Ricky Mitchell reports on a Wisconsin couple who, after 7 decades together, they have some advice for young couples.
By then, I was pretty sure that I was in love with her.
Glenn and Dolores Coates met in 1941 after Glenn took a spontaneous trip to Minnesota and ended up going on a blind date with Dolores.
She, anyway, kindly agreed to spend the evening with me.
But Glenn went back to Milwaukee, and so the pair wrote letters to each other every day for 3 years.
So it was mostly a courtship by correspondence.
Glenn was drafted into World War II and eventually sent to Virginia. That's where he finally told Dolores he wanted to marry her.
When you've been apart that long and wanted to be together, once you get together, you don't risk breaking up again.
They will celebrate their 73rd wedding anniversary this June.
You must never, ever go to bed after an argument. You heal everything before the day ends. We lived happily ever after, I guess you'd say.
Incredible advice right there. Now, I'm sure this marriage is something so many couples aspire